Hi, welcome to DigiLEAD TV. I'm Ken Walls. I'm the CEO and founder of Client Solution Innovations. We are a web development, search engine optimization, digital marketing firm. Actually, we do more than digital marketing. We do conventional marketing, we do grassroots marketing, we do everything here to help businesses grow. I genuinely appreciate you being here. This is our first episode out here on our own, so I appreciate anybody and everybody that's on here checking us out. Today, I want to talk about, first off, please, if you're on here, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to at least 100 subscribers in the first 30 days so we can have a custom URL with YouTube. But you know, the bottom line is today's episode, we're going to talk about how to really blow your business up. And you know, I've done episodes on Grant Cardone TV, and I've done episodes on the social highway, and you know, a lot of the stuff that I talk about is how to build a business through expression of gratitude. And you know, I have a client that I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want him getting hit up for what I'm about to tell you he did for me today. But I was talking to this client yesterday, and he said, "You sound tired." I go, "Oh, I might be a little bit tired. I've been, you know," and somebody else that he was talking to said she sounds tired, and oh well, maybe a little bit, you know, and he goes, "You guys need an espresso," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "I got an espresso machine." I go, "Oh man, I've got a Keurig coffee maker," and he's like, "Oh, it's not the same," and so I go, I don't even know how much those are," and he said, they're not real expensive. And so I was back in a back office, and while I was back there, I came up, and my assistant says, "Hey, you got a package delivered." And I'm like, "Okay, what's that?" And I'm like, "I didn't order anything from Amazon. What in the world?" And I open up the box, and it's a freaking espresso machine from the guy, my client that I was talking to, sent me a freaking espresso machine. And it's phenomenal. It's awesome. Like, I could not believe this guy sent me this espresso machine. So, you know, and that's kind of, you know, and this is a very successful. You know, I don't know if he's worth millions. I imagine that he is. I've met him, and I would imagine that he is. But that's where life becomes absolutely magical for anybody that gets this one thing. And you know, a buddy of mine, a mentor of mine, years and years ago said to me, "Ken, if you really want to make it in life, if you really want to make it in business, if you really want to make it in anything that you're going to do, you've got to learn this one thing. And that is giving and receiving is the same thing." Like, if you just learn to give without expectations. I've seen many people that are like, "Oh, I'm going to give, I'm going to help people out because I know that if I do that, I'm going to get, you know, if I give somebody $10, I know I'll get 100 today." That's not the way it works. It's just give. Just give. Give what you can. Obviously, don't give what you can't give, but give what you can. But I believe even if you give what you can't give, that's yours, obviously, not give away what's not yours, but give and help other people from your heart, from the right place. If you do that, you can literally have anything that you want in life. Zig Ziglar said it many years ago. He said, if you help enough other people get what they want in life, you can have anything and everything that you want in life. And I've lived my life like that for many years, for a long time. And you know, I've come across some unbelievable mentors and friends, one of them being Grant Cardone, and I'm on Cardone University. And if you're not on Cardone University and you own a business or you're in sales, I definitely recommend you get on Cardone University. It will change your life. It'll teach you how to take your life to a whole new level. You get the 10X rule and you start reading that and you apply that and the principles that Grant teaches in that, and the Sell or Be Sold. And you know, there's a chapter, I think it's in Sell or Be Sold, that's titled Give, Give, Give. And it's all about giving the best service, giving everything that you have to each and every customer, to make every single customer feel like they're the, I had a client in my office today. He said, man, one of the things I love about you is you make me feel like I'm the only client you have. And I know that I'm not. And I said, no, you're definitely not. But hey, you're here right now. And he's like, you've given me 2 hours of your time today. And I'm like, dude, you're a client of mine. You're a friend of mine. And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. That's what it's about for me, is to learn how to give and help other people and make sure that every person I come across, as best as I possibly can, that every single person in my life feels like they're the most important person in my life, at least at that moment. And a friend of mine years ago, his name was Gary, and Gary struggled with the concept of God. And I think everybody struggles with it, or at least questions it at some point in their life. So Gary, this thing switched on for him at one point in his life, and he was probably 50 years old before it switched on. And I loved this guy, and he was unbelievably successful. I'm talking like the guy was the president of a medical association and was definitely a multimillionaire, and would go to Washington D.C. and stand before Congress and give speeches to Congress about reasons why this medical association existed. And this guy was an amazing human being. And every time you talk to him, and he was a good friend of mine, I'd walk up and I'd say, hey Gary, how you doing, man? And shake his hand, and his eyes would light up. No matter who he was talking to, it wouldn't matter if it was me or somebody else, but he would say, Ken, how you doing, man? Hey, I'm great. I am having the best day of my life. And not only that, I get to stand here and talk to you, and there's nothing in the world better than that in this moment. And he would treat each and every person like that he came in contact with. And he would talk about Harvey Harvey the rabbit, his 6.5 foot invisible rabbit. That was his higher power, and it was just funny. The guy was a trip, man. I mean, in fact, when he went to speak in front of Congress, he actually dressed in a white top hat, a white suit coat, under that a white vest, a white shirt with a white tie, white pants on, white socks, white shoes, and I'm sure he had white underwear on. And the guy was freaking and he went and talked to Congress in that outfit with a white top hat, even had a white cane. The guy was, but and people are like, he's crazy, whatever, man. He was happy, genuinely happy, and he spread that joy and that happiness to everybody he came into contact with and made them feel unbelievably important. So, gratitude, and he would talk a lot about that. My friend Gary would talk about gratitude. And one of the things that I found is when challenges come up, because challenges come up for everybody. Everybody, I don't care who you are, don't care what you have in the bank or don't have in the bank. I don't care who you are, what walk of life you're coming from. You're going to have problems. And if you're telling people you never have problems, you're probably lying about other things too. The bottom line is we all have challenges. We all have expectations that don't get met. We all have these preconceived notions of things. Challenges exist for all of us, okay? Every one of us. But I'll tell you, there's a little secret. This little secret to helping you negate those challenges and turn your life around and start living a magical life. The secret is focusing on gratitude. The secret is going, I am grateful for whatever it is. If it's today, if I'm focused on stuff that irritate me about my wife or about anybody in particular, if I focus on their faults that I see as faults, then guess what? I'm going to see nothing but faults with that person. But if I focus on the things that I'm grateful for, I'm going to see things to be grateful for over and over and over. I want to finish up here with talking about how to blow up your business, blow up your sales, blow up your life with gratitude. So I have a friend of mine from a bank. He's a vice president at a bank, a big bank, and he contacted me several years ago. He says, man, I got to show you something. And he showed me. I'm like, oh my God, that's unbelievable. So I signed up for it. It's called sendoutcards.com. Sendout Cards is a way to go in, and a lot of you probably are familiar with it. Some of you may not be, but it's a way to go in to a system online and take pictures of any kind. I mean, they can't, obviously they have to be, they can't be bad pictures, but pictures from, friends' Facebook page or family's Facebook, and make your own custom cards, regular greeting cards, and write a custom note on the inside that's in like a script handwriting, like your font. They'll even create your own font for you. It's crazy how it works. But you go in and you set all this up, and you can create custom greeting cards for people, and you can send out gifts, and you can do all kinds. And it's just a way of expressing gratitude to people. And that system by itself has helped me just blow up my business in so many different ways. I've sent out cards, I've sent out gifts and brownies. They have these gourmet brownies, and they're all kosher, and there's so many different things that they have in there that you can send out to friends and family and clients and potential clients, just a way to express gratitude. And gratitude, look, it's my opinion. I've seen it in my own life, in my own business, in every aspect. When your brain is focused on problems, you're just going to attract more problems. That's the way that it works. When your brain is focused on, I'm depressed, it's going to look for ways to be more depressed. And if your brain is focused on oh God, I'm feeling sick, then guess what? Yep, that's going to happen. And so, but when you're focused on things that you're grateful for and things that you want to be grateful for, for future gratitude, you gotta train your mind to focus on that. And there's only one way to do that. Well, there might be more than one way, but there's one way that I know works for me. And that is, I get a piece of paper out, and I start at the top, and I write down things I'm grateful for. And I underline it, and then I put number 1, my beautiful wife, and my awesome relationship with her, and my 2 beautiful daughters, and my amazing relationship with them, and my awesome business, CSI, and what we do to help clients, and I write down all of these things I'm grateful for. Let me tell you a little trick. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are in life. If you do that for 30 days, you write down the things that you're grateful for in your life, or in your business, or in your job, or your career, or whatever. You write down the things that you're grateful for, your life will become magical. It will happen for you. I've seen it happen for me. I've seen it happen for people. The problem, here's the challenge. People don't do the work. They won't do the work because they're like, I've tried things like that. It's all hokey, whatever. It doesn't work. It does work. It does work. If you do the work. If you do the work. So you got to get a piece of paper out. You got to write down. Do it every morning. And if you do it first thing in the morning, write down the things that you're grateful for. And like Grant Cardone has taught me, and he's taught millions of other people, is writing your goals down twice a day. Things that you want to accomplish. The average person writes down their goals on New Year's Day or the day after their hangover. They write down the things they want to accomplish in 2016 or whatever the year is, right? And so they write that down, and then they fold the piece of paper and tuck it away and review it at the end of the year, or maybe review it 6 months later or whatever, just to see where they are. And if you're writing your goals once a year like that, you got a good chance of accomplishing some of them, because at least your mind knows what you want, right? You write your goals twice a day, forget about it. Think about it. And Grant says this too. He says, look, if you write your goals once a year, and I write my goals more than 700 times a year, who do you think stands the better chance at achieving their goals? It's pretty simple. It's really simple, actually. So, I want you to think about that, but really focus on gratitude. If you want to blow up your business, I don't care what you're in, what you're doing. I don't care where you are in life. Focus on the things that you are grateful for now. You may not have anything. You may be so far in debt you can't figure out how to dig your way out. You may have all kinds of problems. It doesn't matter. Focus on what you're grateful for. And more things will come into your life and into your business and your career for you to be grateful for. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching DigiLEAD TV. Genuinely appreciate you being here. I'm very, very, very grateful for each and every one of you. Listen, if you need anything ever, need help with websites, SEO, anything, Facebook marketing, we do all that. Send me an email. My email address is ken, K-E-N, @clientsi.com. Listen, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And please keep checking back because we're going to have a lot more content coming. Thanks a lot. Have an awesome day. See you soon.